Hey everybody, waitingfornextyear.com podcast. I'm your host, Craig Lindell, and today I have a very special episode of the waitingfornextyear.com podcast. I was able to go to the Valley View Fire Department where Stipe Miocic, the reigning heavyweight UFC champion, was doing an appearance for Modelo, one of the beer company, one of his big sponsors. He was doing a quick workout, doing some interviews, and when he was done in front of the cameras, I grabbed him for about 4 or 5 minutes of one-on-one time, got him for the podcast, and then after I was done talking to Stipe, I grabbed Jamie. You might remember, he's one of Stipe's buddies. He's been on the podcast a bunch talking about UFC, so I grabbed Jamie as well. I won't bore you with Jamie first, so I'll give you Stipe first, and then Jamie. It was really cool, really fun to spend some time with the champ. He truly is like that down to earth, just an awesome, awesome guy. Very, very easy to root for. And of course, he defends his title against Daniel Cormier on July 7th. I think it's UFC 226. I think it's 226, but it's July 7th. It's a pay-per-view, and Stipe was promoting his big sponsor, Modelo beer company. So here's the podcast.
Waiting for next year. Waiting for next year.
As promised, I'm here with the champ, Stipe Miocic. How's it going, sir?
Sorry, all these people are cheering for me. I'm not used to it. No, I'm doing great, man. Thanks for having me.
And repping Modelo, you showed everybody a fireman's workout. Mm-hmm. How much of that was like true to life, and how awkward was it to have to do that in front of the cameras? Normally you're just doing it, you're trying to get a sweat in on your own.
Yeah, I mean it's cool that they want to see what I'm doing. It's kind of neat, and how it all breaks down to both fighting and being a firefighter. They both work well for each other, conditioning, strength, and all that stuff. So it's pretty great.
So you're coming off a fight against Francis Ngannou, and it's LeBron's line, but you used it really well. Nothing's giving, everything's earned. And it seemed like you didn't really even care if people were going to just give you respect. You were really intent on just showing everybody and demanding it.
Yeah, that's how I roll. I mean, you're going to see it again July 7th. Everyone's like, oh my God, DC, he's amazing. I know I'm a favorite, but still, like everyone, I think a lot of people think just because he's fought heavyweight and never lost, he's, amazing. He only lost to John Jones. Well, unfortunately, he's going to bite off more than he can chew too. He's a great guy, whatever. But unfortunately, I'm not giving up my belt. I worked way too hard for it. I sacrificed way too much, and not just me, my coaches, my family, everyone.
And you never really trash talk. You let these other guys talk a big game, and then you just kind of show up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that's what I do, man. I don't need it's too exhausting for me to do that.
But at the end of it, how much fun was it to kind of destroy that hype machine, the Francis Ngannou hype machine?
I love every segment. I love every second. And it was an amazing time. And listen, I'm just blessed, and I'm grateful for everything that's happened. Keep it going.
It's so cool because you're able to do it. You're able to respect the guy, and then just let the fight do the talking.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's listen. That's how I was raised. I think my mom would my wife would be like, "Oh, you're an idiot. You don't ever do that." So I don't ever want to be that guy.
So you're going to be a father soon, shortly after the fight.
Yeah,
Congratulations!
Sure. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm super excited. It's going to be an interesting time.
So how crazy is that? On the one hand, thinking about that while you're going through a training camp and trying to get ready for a fight, or is it just business as usual in terms of training?
Yeah, business as usual. Nothing's training. I mean, I feel a lot of education for my wife. We have to do stuff, but she's been great. I have an amazing wife, and I think it hasn't really hit yet. I know I'm having a child, but I think once I see her, then that's when it's going to hit. Like, crap, I have a child. Like, I have to take care of this thing. But right now, I'm just happy the moment. I'm happy with having a child. But I think once it all hits, that's Plus, I have my mind in different places right now, so I'm appreciative. But I think once the minute I see her beautiful face, it's going to be I'm over.
So you've lived a life. It's like the Cleveland sports fan dream come true. You defended the title in front of the hometown. You got to ride in the Cavaliers championship parade. Has it hit you, like the things that you've been able to do, or are you just still so focused on the next thing?
I think when I'm old, retired, and fat, and just sitting there one day drinking Modelo, I'll be like, yeah, I did pretty good. I think. But right now, I just gotta keep. I can't sit there and just bask on what I did. I gotta keep moving forward.
All right. Last but not least, what has it meant for you to have a company like Modelo step up and believe in you and sponsor you and put you in their commercials?
Amazing. I'll say it again. Like the partnership with them, like they're one of the best companies I've ever worked for. They're just just great people. Like they, just amazing. Just their mentality, just their kindness, their being there for you. Just anything you need. They're just awesome. Everyone's so nice. Like it's really a breath of fresh air. You never get to find it. I found it. I'm very lucky.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for spending some time with us. Good luck in the fight on July 7th.
Yep.
And good luck with all the impending fatherhood.
I know, right? I'm excited about that. Yeah, I mean, nothing's gonna change July 7th. We'll walk out, belt still wrapped around my waist, stand still. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, with my daughter, I'm gonna be a wreck.
Awesome. Thank you.
Waiting for next year. Waiting for next year.
All right, so we finally got that Stipe guy out of the way.
Yeah,
I'm talking to
he
Jamie.
sucks.
You guys have listened to Jamie before. We just watched a Stipe Miocic fireman's workout, and I asked him, like, is it a little bit awkward? Kind of like you usually work out on your own, trying to get a sweat in, and now you got to do it in like your gear in front of the whole camera bay and everything else. And you sat in the back and like made fun of him, like the childish person that you are.
That's my job. Yeah, that's my job. It wasn't just me. There was more than just me making fun of him. Did he say whether it was awkward or not?
He kind of moved on. And
He moved right on from it because
yeah.
it was super awkward, and he knows it was awkward because usually he's not out here doing that in front of
But
anybody.
how cool is it that he's finally got a big company that like
it's
truly
awesome.
supports
Yeah,
him?
it's absolutely awesome. This has been a long time coming. It should have happened a while ago. But now that Modelo's on board, and they've been on board for a while, and they've been a great company for him to work with, it's been awesome. I'm so happy for him. We all are. Plus, they're supposed to send us a bunch of beer. So, I mean, how could you not be happy?
It's a win-win for you.
Yeah.
I mean, there's really no downside.
No, it's fantastic. And he's happy, so.
So, July 7th.
Oh my God!
Stipe is actually the favorite.
No, is he really?
I think so.
I don't know if I like that.
Does
or
that
not.
freak you out a
I
little
don't
bit?
like that. No, I don't like that at all. I like him being the underdog. He's always, no, it's fine. It doesn't matter. He should be the favorite. Come
He's
on.
really good as the underdog.
He's
I mean,
very good.
At a certain point, if you defend the title as many times as he has,
Yeah.
more than anybody in the history of the weight class.
Either way, I'm good. I have very good feelings about July 7th. I'm going to hate watching it. I hate watching all of his fights.
Sure.
But I've had good feelings since they announced it.
What about some of the I won't say behind the scenes because you weren't there, but like the behind the scenes talk about being on a reality TV show? Because I can't wait to see, what this has really been like.
Yeah. So.
And when I think reality TV, I don't necessarily think Stipe first, but I'm sure it's gonna be great.
Yeah. No. It was good. He did a great. It's all of this has been. This should have happened years ago, and having it happen with him and Cormier. They get along. They've been friends. Whether or not that was still the case after they filmed, I guess that remains to be seen.
Sure.
They're going to go in July 7th, and they're going to try to beat the hell out of each other. And it's not going to be a good day for Cormier.
Well, I'm supposed to be objective. Probably.
You are.
No,
You
I'm
should
not.
be.
No,
No,
I
good.
hope it's not a good day for Cormier.
I hope it's a quick one. I don't like the long ones, but it's not going to be a good day for Daniel.
No, and it's weird. I don't want to think that I just bought into the hype machine of Ngannou, but that dude was legitimately dangerous.
He's a
His
scary
fists
guy.
were like crazy.
Yeah.
I just don't have that same feeling, even though it's a higher skill guy.
Yeah.
It's just hard to be quite as fearful.
He didn't have the hype machine behind him. He didn't have, there wasn't a lot known about Ngannou, and they hyped him and hyped him and hyped him. Then we were in Boston.
And they probably needed to sell that fight.
I think so. But when we were in Boston and we were at the Fighter Hotel and he walked by and you see people with a certain size and it's impressive. He was an impressively big guy. Turns out he couldn't wrestle for shit, but he was an impressively large guy.
All right. Anything else that I'm missing out on?
No, man. You got to see the big Modelo thing today where we've had a lot of fun making fun of him in the process of it. We're going to
really
continue
cool.
to make fun of him.
Yeah.
That's been good, man. It's good to see you as well.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks so much, Jamie. And it's been another WaitingForNextYear.com podcast.